So we have this Arcadia that needs new lines that were damaged from the accident. It was hit over here. This is the new line set. They no longer come in one piece. And I don't know if these ones ever did, but if any of you guys are aware, you've bought long lines for like old Suburbans and stuff, they would come in one long piece going all the way to the front sometimes. This comes in two. They're not flared, they don't give you anything. And what you have to use, remember this old thing? I stopped doing hose making and line repairs a long time ago because my so-called competition in the city and adjacent cities would hire guys who were so cheap and do jobs that were so cheap that I wasn't even about to compete with them. I'd just walk away from the job. Go to the cheap guy. That's what I would say. Just give them the cheap guy my competition's number because I wouldn't do it. They're all out of business and bankrupt now. They don't exist no more. Wonder why that is. So these are the crimps that will go between the two halves. They'll slip on over here like so, onto the other half. Now, if you remember, if any of you have ever looked this up, I haven't used this in almost 30 years. And 30 years ago, this thing cost me, I think, $1,300, $1,800, something like that. They're still about the same price. You could find them all over. Well, you won't want to buy them. These things were ridiculously expensive. I've only used it a few times. And I just had a call, and it's coming on this one right now. So I'll make a little short video on using this. You have like your little sealant, lubricant prep stuff for the aluminum. These two halves get crimped together between this little anvil right here. And instead of putting the whole thing, spending a long time putting all this together, they have to go up through the muffler, the firewall, go around the back of the engine, and they have to disconnect the coolant and off the expansion valve from back there, into the pipe where it tees together. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to cut it off because all I need is just the coolant lines only. The air conditioning was completely untouched. So I'm just going to put one right here and one right here, and that's all she gets. So you splice them in right there and not have to do all that work, because this has to be done anyway somewhere in the middle. But how about if we just get rid of all that work and only use the one section that we need right here, and that's it. Done deal. All right, come back for a follow-up.